the big things was that once Red versus Blue got popular, it was an easy thing to replicate because one of the cool things about machinima is that almost anybody can do it. But one of the hard things about machinima is that almost anybody can do it. And so if we're working on something and we work for a week and a half on an episode or 2 weeks and it's in our 7th year and we're producing, Halo machinima, it can be very hard for an audience who comes in on YouTube or wherever they come from to look at a piece that we make and then turn around and look at something that's made by 100 other groups now or 200 other groups. A lot of them just looks like a Halo cartoon to them, and they don't really know how to differentiate between it. So we find ourselves with when there wasn't really a lot of people doing this when we first got going. Now we have to do something to differentiate, something to stand out from the crowd. And so we always have to kind of move forward, always have to evolve a little bit and do cool things and try new things. And so that was the spirit of Revelation. It was the last episode, essentially the last installment of a trilogy, and so we knew we wanted to do something huge. Knew we wanted to do something really big. We felt we had a great story, and so we thought, well, what can we do to punch it up even more? And why not take some of the characters who are central to that story and show them the way that we've described them.
Tell me why you're here. You could walk away right now. No one would stop you. You're free to choose your own way. Don't be afraid of the choice you make is alright. Questions remain. They will linger all night and then.
Hey, yeah? You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it? Why are we here? I mean, are we the product of some cosmic coincidence, or is there really a God?
Hi there, we here at the American Grifball League of America.
Well, Grifball came from a funny place because we were asked to make a video to promote the legendary map pack, which was Foundry, Standoff, and Rat's Nest. Foundry was the big star of that map pack because it was the one with the big blank room that would let you really take advantage of Forged. Yeah, we were just messing around, trying different game types, and we realized if we take the bomb plant points in Assault and we set them to instant score, we could kind of set up like a sport.
I have the distinction of being the first person to ever utter the phrase Grifball, I believe, in Season 4, when I was playing the character Sarge.
At that time, the...
Smash cut,
Ow! This is the best game since Grifball.
and we're back.
I guess, 3 years later, we got to make an actual game type based on that line. So it looked like we had everything planned out, but it was just random.
Is that you? Yes! Did you miss me? I missed him!
I know you guys are all wrapped up in your little red versus blue battle,
Yeah, take it, Blue! Take it! Yeah, that's right!
but this is important. Something is hunting our top agents, and I need all the help I can get to stop it.
Okay, are we gonna sit here on the beach all day? Or are we gonna go get this thing?
Come on, let's move out.
No! There they are! Blue, toss that grenade!
Got involved with Red versus Blue last fall through my friend Asaf Ronan,
Please feel comfortable to speak as candidly as you wish.
and he recommended me and my improv partner Shayna Merlin
What are you gonna do?
to come in and audition read for the roles of Washington and South for the miniseries Recovery
I am
One.
a special agent from command! And this is the voice of God!
I came in, hit it off with the guys, and I became Agent Washington. And fortunately, Washington did not die, and he, in fact, got to go on and do quite a bit of stuff in Reconstructed.
Okay. Ready about the count three? You ready about the count? Yes. All right. 1, 2.
What's up, guys? It is Jack and Jeff from AchievementHunter.com doing more...
I guess I should preface this by saying that Bernie and I were addicted to achievements pretty much since the day they came out. And we really latched onto that idea and fell in love with it. And we're kind of in a perpetual achievement race between each other. But we were talking about how while there's a ton of great text walkthroughs out there for achievements, there weren't a lot of video walkthroughs, and since we already had the setup to do Red versus Blue, we decided to start making our own walkthroughs just for fun, see how it went, and it just kind of exploded from there. Kind of like Jack after college.
Shut up. You shut up. Let's all shut up. How about that? Simmons, what does that thing say? Where are they holding Sergeant Tech's prisoner?
Says here, section 1157.
What section are we in now?
Section 0.
Ah, crap. That's like a million sections away. We have to fight our way through this whole place? They'll be dead by then.
Maybe not. You see this? It says that access tunnel cuts right into the mountain. It looks like a pretty straight run, but it's loaded with guards.
How long is it?
Almost a kilometer.
So, our choice is a bunch of small rooms filled with a ton of enemies, or one long room filled with a ton of enemies. Or we could give up. I say we give up.
Hey, so are we having the podcast right now then?
Sure, why not? This
Okay,
is
so-
actually our milestone. This is our 100th podcast.
Pretty much.
It's a big anniversary for us. And the reason why did we pull out this equipment and start doing this? Anybody want to explain this?
I think Jeff should. It's probably his...
Okay.
No, Jeff will explain it like it makes sense. So somebody should explain it with the objectivity that Jeff completely started talking out of his ass and then got called on it.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Well, first off, let's say that Bernie is right. This may not be our 100th podcast, but this is, God, I don't know, like our 10th or 11th or something. We've been doing test podcasts now, and I guess we're going to post this one? Is this actually going to be a podcast people listen to?
Probably. Yeah,
Well,
probably.
we'll post it. We'll see if people listen to it. That comes later.
I would even call it a podcast where all we really do is break out our commentary
Yeah.
microphones and just talking to those.
It's our non-DVD commentary.
Yeah, we had so much fun doing the Reconstruction commentary, we decided to just continue going. Why
That
not?
was a fun commentary.
Plus, Nathan and Matt are working out in the front room, and if they don't think we're making content, they put us to work on something.
Working. I saw Matt was watching bad Scorpions, Europe covers on
Oh, you got that
YouTube.
from me. I apologize.
Yeah, Matt is like 4 years behind on every meme on the internet.
I think so, yeah.
But why would the player continue to play the rest of your missions if they've already got all the loot on the first one?
Because I'm awesome. I don't think you guys are looking at this the right way. Take this thing, with all the buttony things here.
That's my laptop.
It's cool, right? It's got all these buttons on the punchy part.
That's the keyboard.
Please don't punch my laptop.
Okay. Imagine this lap thing had an awesome button. Why would anyone touch any of the other buttons other than the awesome button? They wouldn't, right?
Nice one, man.
Had it the whole way.
Yeah, right.
You know, we should get out here more often. This is good exercise, man. It's good to get out of the office, too.
Yeah, I know, right? You know, playing catch like this, it really reminds me of my dad, the whole father-son thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my dad left when I was really young, so I never really played catch with him. I don't know. Oh, jeez! Oh! Nathan! You got an arm, man.
So when you were in that purple cocoon thing, Caboose told you everything about us?
Yeah, pretty much. He told me that we were best friends before this, and that you guys were jerks, and that pretty much everyone else besides me and Caboose were jerks too. Especially Tucker. Tucker's a big jerk. Also that we were best friends.
You already said that one.
Yeah, he mentioned it a lot.
Did he tell you about the time he killed you?
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
What about the other time he killed you?
No, not that one either.
There's probably some gaps I should fill in for you then.
Oh, that's the other thing. He also said that you guys would try to tell me other stuff, but that you're all dumb and bad at knowing things, and that you're also liars, and that I should never believe you.
Well played, Caboose. Well played.
And so Recreation was this kind of fun middle story that we could tell where we didn't have a whole lot we needed to advance in terms of the plot, so we could just do a lot of fun mayhem, a lot of guys standing around yelling at each other.
He can wash.
Son of a bitch.
You just got... Ah, damn it, I messed up the one-liner.
Okay, now's our chance, Doc.
charge. It should overload at least one of his systems. You do it.
Well, I think the process from back when we started in a spare bedroom in my house, you know, the process for the machinima is still exactly the same as it was, 7 years ago. It's, 3 or 4 guys max producing the episodes, and we can still produce, 5 minutes a week with, that team of just a handful of people in probably 2 or 3 days. But it's that extra 20% now, which is, the animated sequences that we do. That is an equal amount of work or more, whereas, we might produce, say, 4 or 5 episodes of machinima. That might take us, a couple of weeks, whereas one episode of the CG stuff will take us 5 or 6 months. And that's really almost 100% mono.
In about 2007, I made a movie called Haloid, where I took Halo and Metroid characters and made them fight each other. That was really popular. It was so popular, in fact, that at the time I was just working like a 9-to-5 job at a Kinko's in my hometown of Providence, Rhode Island. And then I got contacted by Midway Games, which decided they wanted to hire me as a combat designer. About a year after that, while I was working at Midway Games, I made a movie. When I made Haloid, I got in touch with the Red vs. Blue guys, and they thought it was very cool, so we kind of made our first contact there. I had moved on to working at Midway Games, and then while at Midway Games, I made another series called Dead Fantasy, which was a mashup of Final Fantasy and Dead or Alive characters. I worked there, and because of that, Namco Games decided they wanted to hire me. So I left Midway Games, moved to Northern California, and worked at Namco Bandai Games. Worked on a game there, and while I was there, I worked on more episodes of Dead Fantasy. After we had finished the game we were working on at Namco Bandai Games, there wasn't much to do, and I moved on to Red vs. Blue, which I had met Bernie at a Comic-Con, at 2009 Comic-Con, in fact, and we got to talking, and we figured this would be a good fit.
We specifically wanted to have a moment where the animation just hit you all at once, that this is a sudden change. And there's something new here, and we thought the best way to do that was have a warthog crash through a wall.
Well, part of it was building an asset that looked like the wall so that I could break it, and then replicate the warthog via screenshots and a lot of forged photos of the textures. So getting Wash to climb up the hood of the warthog, a lot of that happened through hand animation, a lot of trial and error, and really just my experience in animating weight of what a person would look like if they were climbing onto an object. A regular 3D artist would want to build the perfect stage for driving that scene, but I'm okay with having a stationary car and having the background roll as if it was maybe projected on a screen, because the less you worry about geography, the more you have time to focus on what the camera should be pointing at. And that's one of the flaws, or maybe one of my strengths in 3D animation, is I don't think of it as 3D animation. I think of it as a version of maybe live action or 2D animation that's animated right to the camera, very much like live action, where everything in frame looks good, the rest of the set is a mess.
When that warthog busted through the wall, an audience just went nuts. They went nuts, and you're like, yeah, we're going in the right direction.
I'm gonna fucking die!
I win science.
Congratulations, buddy.